Hey guys, and welcome to another episode. So, today I'm going to talk about refurbs. We have recently finished a refurb, a full rip out and full refurb of a flat. I've done a video on that already, and really it took quite a long time, a lot of money. So, I want to reflect on how it went and I want to share some of the lessons learned. I want to maybe vent a little bit about what happened, but also I want to share the lessons learned from this refurb, so maybe you guys don't end up making the same mistakes that I did. So this is a typical layout of a property. You come in, there's a hallway, bathroom, kitchen, living room, and 2 bedrooms. If you're doing a full refurb, what do you start with? What step do you do first, second, third, fourth? It's very easy to be like ourselves, get carried away and just start doing a bit here, a bit there, then have to backtrack, etc. But if you follow this structure, I think this will help you a lot. So number one is demolition and structural changes. So for that one, I would go into the property, have a look at all the walls and be like, okay, I think those walls are okay, but I maybe want an extra wall in there. There's maybe a dampness or a structural issue. Get that resolved, get the specialist in and get that sorted. And then just have a look around and make sure you're happy with the overall layout and make any changes if required. Then you want to remove all the old crap. So you want to strip any wallpaper, get rid of any old wallpaper, any of the Artex or thick painted ceilings, etc. Get rid of that where possible. Use specialists if there's an asbestos risk, but just pull it all down. Sometimes scraping it can be quite difficult, so it's sometimes easier, for example, if it's on a ceiling, just to pull the whole ceiling down. It's just plasterboards. You can then check the insulation, put new insulation if you wanted to, and then just put new plasterboards on afterwards. That might be the easier solution. You remove the old tiles, old plasterboards, destroy the old bathroom and kitchen, remove the old internal doors and any like shelves, built-in wardrobes where it's too old, just get rid of it altogether. Deal with any dampness, and potentially you would have like a skip where you could throw everything and that could get removed. You might need a few of those because you'll be surprised at how much crap comes out. I've got an estate car, so I was using that to take all the stuff to the recycling center, but that doesn't always work. So that could be a potential option, but another one is skip, or maybe a combination of both. A tip with that one is don't underestimate how difficult this is. I destroyed pretty much that whole flat myself. The kitchen isn't too hard. Bathroom can be a nightmare. The bath was like this metal bath, very, very heavy, very difficult to disconnect and take out. The tiles, we've had several layers of tiles with loads of glue. It was a nightmare to destroy. In some places where you're destroying the tiles, you get into the plasterboard, so the plasterboard also has to come down. So it can be extremely challenging and it can take a long time. So if you can, get a team of people in to destroy everything for you and either take it away or just destroy it all and pile it on in one place, you might save yourself a lot of hassle. But obviously it depends on the budget. But this is a very important step and it's not as easy as people think. It's not you're not just going to come in a couple of hours, get everything destroyed, taken away, and that's it. It will take you longer, so just bear that in mind. Next is about the structure, sort of frames, windows, external doors. So firstly, have a look at the roof. If there's any roof tiles or any issues there, get those fixed, get them sealed, replace the roof tiles. That will just prevent any future leaks from sort of continuing or happening, because if you do everything up and there's a leak on the roof and it gets down into your new plasterboards and stuff, you don't really want that. So get the roof sorted. Have a look at the windows. Are they double glazed? Are they old? If they're not double glazed, get them replaced. If they're double glazed and old and a bit crap, get them replaced. If you feel like they're salvageable or decent conditions or relatively new, just keep them. And then external doors, just have a look at the door quality. if you're happy with it, and if not, get that replaced as well. Loads of companies do it. You could get nowadays you can get an external door for maybe £700 to £1,000 fully fitted. So someone will come in, remove the old door, take it away, and put the new door in for you. So that would be the next step that I would recommend. So now you got rid of all the crap, you've fixed any structural issues, you've fixed the roof, windows, and external doors. So as a sort of frame structure, you're good to go. And inside the layout, you're also happy with. Then you move on to utilities. So look at all the electrics. Where are the sockets? Where are the switches? So in the kitchen, for example, are they in the right place? If they're not, get that sorted. Put in a new consumer unit. Put in extra sockets where you want them. And then in the kitchen, just have a think. Where is your fridge going to be? Where is the dryer going to be? Where is the cooker going to be? Extractor fan? And does it all have a connection point for it? You know, the oven, the hob, everything else. What you might find, if you don't do that, if you just keep everything as it is, if you change slightly the layout of your kitchen, you might stick the oven in and realize there's nowhere to connect it. So just make sure that electrical stuff gets done first. And also you don't want to plaster before, you want to plaster afterwards, because this electrical changes can lead to holes in the wall and having to route new cables in, etc. So get that done. Plumbing changes, again, have a look at the sort of cold water coming in. The boiler, get that replaced if it's needed, but cold and hot water, run a new line to where the tap is going to be, to the washing machine, to the dishwasher, and whatever else is needed, obviously to the bathroom as well. So get all that new copper if possible. That will just set you up for many, many years to come. You then move on to plastering. So now you've got your shell, your layout, all the electrics and utilities are all in the right places. You can now plaster everything. That will be a big step. Once it's all plastered, it will look straight and nice. So that's a big, big step forward. You can then install the new kitchen. So you can get it delivered, get it assembled. It's not as easy as it sounds. There will be complications. There will be little things. You've had to drill a big hole in the wall just to get the extractor fan to be working properly. But you can get it all done. Bathroom as well. I would put new tiles, whatever, 3-piece suite or whatever you call them, a shower or a bath. Get all that connected up and put in new things there. Paint everywhere, all the walls, ceilings. Make sure you use a good quality paint, especially for the kitchen and the bathroom. You want this waterproof type paint. You can then remove the old floors and put new floors in place. Obviously, you've been keeping the old floors all this time because while you're plastering, painting, if crap falls onto it, it doesn't matter. So you can now lift them, take them away, and put new flooring in. Then you put in the skirtings all around the joint of the floor and the wall. You put new skirtings all around it, paint them if needed, and then facings, I would also change them, the ones around the doors. Check the door frames, make sure they're okay, but put new facings around it. It will make a nice difference. Get all the new internal doors. I would recommend getting a professional to come and fit all the internal doors. I got somebody in, they've done it in half a day. If I tried to do 8 internal doors, it would take me probably best part of 3-4 days. So get somebody else who does it day in and day out for a decent rate. They will come in, get your door sorted easily. Then put in lights, ideally nice LED lights. It will make the house bright and it will really showcase all of the refurb that you've done. And then snagging is just bits of silicone, fill in bits and pieces, maybe get the plaster back in, because if you scrape the wall a little bit when you were carrying the door or getting stuff out, get it all touched up. And then that's you. One big tip for the whole refurb is to use temporary lighting. So have a big powerful bulb that you can just connect up in different rooms, maybe have a few of them, so that when you take all those, take down the old lighting, you can then just connect that and you've got nice light. It sometimes gets dark early, so you want to have nice light for any work that you're undertaking. So for us, this took a long time, 6 months. It can be difficult. You might need to project manage things because the way things are, we're quite lucky. We've managed to find people who can do various things, but a lot of the time it's one person for plumbing, one person for electrics, one person for gas, one person for flooring. You end up with 100 different people, and having to manage all that can be difficult. But if you really have a decent enough plan, budget appropriately. It's quite difficult to budget for it, but just allow yourself more time and money because things easily can go over budget. And you should be good to go. So that's just some lessons from ourselves and my experience of the refurb. As I learn more, I will share it more in the videos because the whole point of this channel is to be chatting to you guys and sharing my experience as I'm growing in the sort of property sphere, although I've been doing it for 13 years, but very slowly. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm looking forward to doing more videos. Subscribe and see you in the next one. Thank you.